How's everybody doing? Let me know if you can hear me. If the music's too loud, if my mic is too loud. Happy full moon! Hope everybody's having a wonderful evening. Mic check, mic check. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic. Oh, fabulous. Okay. Hello everybody, my name is Katharina Raven, and tonight we're gonna do a full moon ritual. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Thank you for tuning in. If you are live with me right now, go ahead and let me know where you're at, if you had dinner, what you had for dinner. Okay, so this time I actually typed everything out. And we'll see if we like this format. This is only my second full moon ritual, so I really hope you guys enjoy. So the agenda today is grounding breathwork. Then we will do a cold moon in Gemini energy reading. And then we will do a collective group reading. And a journaling session. And a closing ceremony. And this should take about an hour. Okay. All right. If you are here in the chat or if you're watching the live play, go ahead and get into a comfortable position. We're going to do some grounding breath work. This is going to be about 5 minutes long. You can lay down, you can sit down, you can get grounded on the floor. I saw this TikTok that said that sitting on the floor, it's not the exact same as maybe sitting on grass, but it's still very grounding. So if you'd rather, sit on the floor instead of being on a bed or a chair, I definitely recommend, so you can really just get as much earth energy as possible. Okay, let's go ahead and take 3 deep inhales and exhales. So I will count to 4 and then we will exhale. Okay, inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Hello, Wolfcon. Thank you for joining me live. Okay, go ahead and continue that breathing. We're gonna do that for a few more minutes. Do what feels natural. If you can push yourself to do 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out, I would definitely recommend it. I am going to dim the lights for a little bit. Just keep breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hello, I love you. Everybody, we are just starting the full moon ritual. We are doing some grounding breath work. So have a nice cozy seat. You can lay down. I love laying down. I do recommend the floor so you can get extra earth grounding energy. But just breathe. Try to really feel it in your diaphragm. Let your tummy expand. Exhale. Try to get all that energy out. And actually, if your exhales are longer than your inhales, it relaxes your body more. So sometimes we try to make our inhales longer and then our exhales shorter, but it's actually better to do the opposite. So maybe even inhale for 4, exhale for 5 or 6. Okay, just keep that going. Dimming the lights for a little bit. And if you need to, make a little sigh sound to really get that cleansing energy out of your lungs. Alj decided to join us. He's very skittish, so I don't know how long he'll stay. Sit with me, Alj. No, he's out. He's gone. Keep breathing. Let's do 3 collectively again real quick. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Again. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. One more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. If your eyes were closed, go ahead and open up your eyes. It's a little bit brighter, so now you can see Alj. Look at you, so cute. He's the cutest kitty in the world. Well, I'm just kidding. Alj, I love you. Okay. Hello, everybody. I hope you're feeling nice and grounded. If that breath work was nice, go ahead and comment a little heart emoji so I can know who's here, who's participating. Okay, so tonight is the cold full moon in Gemini. And so what we like to do during full moons is a lot of reflection and releasing. And it's also a good time to find some clarity with journaling and just kind of getting, really processing what's going on. Oh, what's that? I can't even see. Whatever that is, thanks. Follower, a donation, I don't know. The Gemini energy. So Gemini is a lot about communication and duality and curiosity and just like mental clutter. I don't know if anybody has any Gemini placements. I have a Gemini moon, okay? So it definitely gets a little bit crazy up here. I overthink a lot. But because this is a Gemini cold moon, it is a great time to explore all of those thoughts and the internal dialogue and to get clarity. So collective themes under this moon is letting go of overthinking. Yes. If you have an overthinking problem, go ahead and comment a white heart. Okay, another collective theme is strengthening boundaries around your energy. Very important. And another thing about the Gemini, if you think about the twins, one's facing front, one's facing backwards. And it's kind of like honoring the past and the future. So it's also a good opportunity for us to think about any past things or maybe even this past month and then utilizing that to kind of figure out how we want to move forward. Reconnecting with play and creativity. Yes, Gemini is very playful. And checking in with your inner storyteller, your inner voice, the thoughts that you're saying throughout the day, any beliefs that you might have been, negative beliefs that you might have been repeating a lot this month. I know I've had some things that I've really had to work on. So yeah, that is the collective energy for this moon. Now what I want to do is I want to get a little tarot reading for our group, figure out what is our collective energy, and whether you're here doing the live or if you are watching the replay, I think this could still apply. Let's go ahead and get our group card. Okay, universe. What does the group need to hear? Maybe what energy do we need to release, or what do we need to work on, or just any information about this meeting with us together. What do we need to know? Let's see. What does Spirit want us to know? Oh, all right. Well, I actually got 2 swords cards. I don't know if that's gonna... Also, this is the Pastel Journey by Vanessa Samina, who is an amazing tarot reader here on YouTube. I love Vanessa Samina. But we got the Knight of Wands and the Princess of Swords. You can take a screenshot of that if you want. I'm going to read what each one means and how it applies to our group reading. Okay, Knight of Wands. I know wands usually have to do with passion, career, creative energy, and the Knight is about being full force in that energy, so let's see. Okay. You're full of energy and are driven to take immediate action. You are being surrounded by restless and headstrong energy, which helps you get things done rather than resorting to merely speaking about what potentially lies ahead. The Knight of Wands usually bears good news and can be trusted with challenging tasks. They are visionary, filled with wanderlust and passion. At this time, a big, happy event is in the works for you. Okay, group. Therefore, you must allow the universe to do its job while you focus on your personal responsibilities. Focus on manifesting your dreams into reality as right now. Your professional life and your love life are in favorable environments. Okay, period for any singles who are out there looking and mingling, okay? This is a fertile time for you to obtain everything you desire. Wow, both materially and spiritually speaking. Wow, what a great first card, group. If you resonate with that, please go ahead and comment a little pink flower like she has at the top of her wand. I really love that. So basically, we need to make sure that we're focusing on our personal responsibilities and just continue on manifesting our dreams because the universe is conspiring in our favor. I love that. Okay, let's see. Princess of Swords. Now, swords is air energy, so that's usually, again, communication, intellect. And princess, let's see. Princesa. Okay, Princess of Swords. Innovative and unique views are brought to you by the Princess of Swords. If this relates to a person you know, be open-minded to their ideas, no matter how unconventional. You can learn more from them than meets the eye. Their ability to explore and discover new concepts or plans is what makes them so special. But beware that some problematic circumstances may arise from their risk-taking, which in the Princess of Swords faces a rude awakening. Being curious and naive may open some doors, but also make you bump your head every now and then. Okay, that's a fair little warning. Be open-minded, getting advice from others and also being vigilant about the advice that you're getting. That's pretty fair. Is anybody here working on career-related things? I know I've been trying to collaborate with more people lately, and I've actually been having lots of meetings just about my YouTube channel and getting people's advice, and it has been really helpful. So I hope those cards were beneficial. If you are watching the replay, please feel free to comment if either of those cards resonated or how they apply to your current situation. Okay. And then now we will do Oracle card. These are probably going to be the same 2 decks that I use every full moon ritual because they're my favorite. But this is The Precious Gems. I just realized this is probably in reverse, because I get confused when I'm recording or live streaming and I'm like, I need the right hand to be on the right side of the screen or else I just get confused. So it's probably mirrored. I know, right? The pastel journey cards are so adorable. I absolutely love Vanessa Smina, and she actually has a few different decks with different styles that she's published. Let's go ahead and get an oracle card for our group, especially anything related to the Princess of Swords or the Knight of Wands as we, continue on our personal responsibilities before our manifestations come into place. Is there any affirmation or more information that we need to consider? Let's see. LJ, do you want to pick a card? You guys see my cat? He's kind of blocked by the little moon picture. Oh. Ooh, beautiful. I love Bornite. I got this card like earlier this year when I was doing a reading, and it was so powerful to me that I actually went out to find and buy a Bornite crystal, which I keep in my bag everywhere I go. That bag is too far for me to get right now, but this is the Bornite. So pretty. Look at those details. All right, let's see what she's about. Okay, the affirmation is, there is always a positive. I see joy all around. I bring happiness to others. My chakras are aligned and balanced. Beautiful affirmations. We should probably use those for the closing ceremony later. The divinatory meaning happiness is a celebration of the present, not a betrayal of the past. Joy brings resilience, objectivity, and motivation. Shared laughter brings relief. A tender truth is brought into the light, which is revealed and healed. That's interesting because that's exactly what we're going to be doing tonight. And also that, talking about the celebration of the present, not betraying the past, also kind of relates to that Gemini energy that we were talking about earlier. And being objective and motivated. Yes. A tender truth is brought into the light. Okay, great. Maybe we will have some revelations during our journaling practice. Okay, we'll keep that. Okay, baby birds. If any of those 2 cards really just kind of felt like they synchronized with your life, please go ahead and share a comment or heart emojis, anything. I need as many comments as possible, and I just love to hear from you guys. Okay, now let's get into our journaling session. So if you don't already, grab a journal, your favorite journal, a pen, piece of paper, whatever you need to write on. But if you have a special journal, definitely grab that. And if you don't have a special journal yet and you like being with me on these full moons, definitely invest in a nice little special journal. I have one. It is Slytherin. Although I'm Slytherin Ravenclaw, but isn't this beautiful? I love it so much. It just feels so sacred, you know what I mean? So it feels really good to journal in here. So I will give you a moment to grab your journal and a pen writing utensil. Hello, LJ. You guys can't really see my cat. Okay, I'm gonna assume that everybody's ready. And if you're watching the replay, obviously you can pause and grab whatever you need to grab. Also, I have 2 crystals with me. This is a selenite egg, and selenite crystal I think is supposed to resemble the moon the most. It is very much like feminine energy, and a cool fact about selenite is that it is self-charging and it helps charge your other crystals. And so charging is just like, sometimes crystals, because they're, I guess, living organisms too, they also need time to refresh or to recharge. And a way you can do that is you can charge them in the sun, you can charge them in water, you can charge them by breathing intentions into them, or you can put them next to selenite. This other crystal is a garnet crystal. I love her. Garnet helps bring in a lot of energy around your passions and confidence, and I just love this like deep red brown color. So these are the 2 crystals I intuitively grabbed today. Okay, so now let's get ready for our journaling. Okay, I hope the chat box works on this. I don't really know how to use these overlays, so this is me just playing around. Alright, so the first journaling prompt, and we will take about 2 to 3 minutes on each prompt, and there is 3 prompts. So the first prompt is, what am I overthinking that no longer serves me? What am I overthinking that no longer serves me? And this could be related to anything that's happened in the past month, or something overall that you've never been able to, let go of. If you want to share in the chat, you definitely can. But I also encourage you to just take a moment to yourself, and I will give you 2 minutes. And again, the question is, what am I overthinking that no longer serves me? Thank you so much, Wolfgun. I don't think the chat is popping up on my cute little overlay, so I might have to go back to the other overlay, but we'll just continue here. Okay. 15 more seconds for that prompt. Okay. Okay, the next prompt is, what conversations or truths am I ready to face? What conversations or truths am I ready to face? I will start a timer. And if at any point you need more time, especially folks watching the replay, you can just pause. Or if you're here with me in the live chat, you can always come back to the replay to see what the questions are, and I will make sure to add them in the description as well. What conversations or truths am I ready to face? "30 seconds. For anybody who's just joined, we are in the journaling portion of our ritual. Hello. I see you, Tasha. Okay. Go ahead and wrap that prompt up. Okay, so based off of prompt 1, which was, what am I overthinking that no longer serves me? Prompt 2, what conversations or truths am I ready to face? The third prompt is, what new story am I rewriting for myself going into this next cycle? So it can relate to those two previous prompts, or just anything that intuitively comes to the top of your head. What, inner voice are you ready to kind of rewrite, or any behaviors or habits, thoughts going into this next cycle? What are you ready to rewrite or to release? I'm gonna give that one maybe 3 minutes. Thank you to everybody who has joined me for the live version of this. I'm so grateful. And if you're watching the replay, I'm even more grateful that you're here. And the full moon energy lasts about 3 days before the full moon and 3 days after. So if you catch this replay late, it is always still a good idea to do some journaling. One more minute. Okay. All right, go ahead and wrap up that last prompt, and we are going to move into the closing part of this ceremony. So, if you want to share a little bit in the comments or in the chat, please feel free. Something that I journaled about releasing is still getting over my fear of feeling like I don't know enough or feeling that I'm not knowledgeable enough. And again, I have a lot of Gemini placements. I also have a Gemini stellenium, God forbid. So every time I'm applying to a job or trying to do something, I always tell myself, oh, you're not smart enough yet. You don't know enough yet. You need to research more. You need to know more. You got to watch more. And I feel like that's still really holding me back. It is something that I've worked on since our last full moon release, but I still am feeling hints of it, and that's okay because it takes a long time to change behaviors, especially I'm in my 30s, so I've had this mindset for decades now. Oof. Yes, I'm old. Anyways, so it still is going to take me time to get over that fear of like, oh, I'm a fraud because I'm not smart enough, but I'm still working on that. I know some of you guys probably know I started a Vampire Showdown series, which I was really excited about. And then I feel like I kind of got into the space of like, oh, but I haven't seen Vampire Diaries, and I need to rewatch the originals, and I need to watch this and watch that, and I need to watch Dracula. And then I just got overwhelmed because I was like, how can I start this, new series on my YouTube if I don't know everything? No one's going to want to watch me. But I had a friend who kind of went over my YouTube, and this kind of relates to the Princess of Swords. I asked somebody for help of like, hey, can you look at my YouTube channel and see if you understand my branding and if everything is making sense? And she was like, yeah, you should just continue going for it. It's something that's interesting. It's something that you're passionate about. And I have to remind myself, like, you guys aren't coming to me to be perfect. I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to know everything. Even these full moon rituals are a little bit scary for me because I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I just know what I do by myself, and I'm trying to share it with you guys. But, with the vampire series, I'm like, I just need to keep doing it, and I need to tell myself that it's okay that I have not seen Buffy, or I don't remember Buffy, and I have never seen Vampire Diaries. Maybe you guys want to watch me watch it. I don't know. But I just thought I would share that because that is still something that I'm working on and that I definitely want to release. And another thing that I want to share is that in my industry, outside of YouTube, being a filmmaker, photographer, I feel like something that I want to let go of is being so modest and not putting my work out there, not asking people for jobs. Like, I've always had this thing of like, oh, I just want to be discovered. I want people to find me. I don't want to have to like go around and tell everybody how amazing I am. But I think a lot of that is just fear of like not wanting to be perceived as someone who is overly confident or arrogant or selfish. But now I'm kind of learning that, like, yeah, if I want people to see me and know that I'm free for hire, I should probably tell people. So that is something that I definitely am working on. And if you want to share with me anything that you're working on under this cold full moon, please type it in the chat or leave a comment. But I just thought I would, share a little bit more. Okay, another thing that I love to do is a fire ritual. So you can close your journal, but if you have another piece of paper, and you can do this later, you don't have to do this right now. Oops, I dropped a bunch of stuff. On another piece of paper, write down like keywords of what you want to release. So for me, it could be selflessness or not wanting to be seen. Well, I like being seen. I just don't want people to think I'm like arrogant or whatever. But I need to let that go. Who cares if people think I'm arrogant, right? So write down anything that you want to release, and then you can either tear it up, or you can put it underneath the candle, or you can do my favorite. You can burn it in a fire-safe location. So after we close, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be writing down the things that I shared with you that I'm releasing, are still releasing and still working on, and I'm going to burn it outside. It's going to be amazing. Okay? And then let's do a little mini visualization. So again, get comfortable, maybe in a seated position, or you can stay lying down. That's fine. You can close your eyes or find a spot to stare at. But I want you to visualize what your next month will look like with these things that you're letting go. What new version of yourself will you become? Do you dress a little bit differently? Vision yourself on how you can style your clothes differently. Visualize maybe if you would walk differently. Maybe you can visualize that conversation. If you have a conversation that you need to have some truth with, because I know there was some prompt. In the prompt, there was an option of hey, what are some conversations and truths? So if there's some conversations that you need to have, you can run through them in your head, visualize them, and kind of prep yourself to have said conversations with yourself or with others. So yeah, just visualize the release of whatever you're letting go, whoever you're letting go, habits that you're letting go of, and just visualize what that new version of you looks like. Also, this is technically the last full moon of the Gregorian end of the calendar. For those who know, truly the new year ends in February and begins with spring, because that's what makes the most sense. But currently on the Gregorian calendar, whatever you call it, this is the last full moon. So just really visualize who you're about to become, the baddie that you are, what you're going to be walking around like come January. And let's take a few breaths. Well, let's take one big inhale. And exhale. Really feel that person. And claim it. Okay? And so let's read our affirmations again from the Bornite crystal. There is always a positive. I see the joy all around. I bring happiness to others. My chakras are aligned and balanced. So I invite you to place your hand on your heart and maybe even on your tummy or on your third eye, just whatever intuitively feels the best, whichever combo feels great. I think I'm gonna go for this. And just give yourself love. You can visualize white light energy coming from your hands and into those energy centers. And if you want to switch it up, you can. Beautiful. Okay. So how's everybody feeling? For the folks that are here with me right now. Oh my god, my legs are falling asleep. If you feel like sharing, you let everybody know what kind of revelation you've had or what was the most impactful. Also, this is a good time for feedback. If you guys want to let me know what portion could have been longer. And you can also DM me privately if that feels better. But yeah, let's just chat for a little bit. We are actually wrapped a lot faster than I thought we would be. We could do another breathwork. So yeah, I just want to remind you guys that I have a Patreon. There is free, everything's free right now, and I have paid subscriptions, and it's just if you want to support. There's nothing different currently. I am on Twitch. I'm going to start live streaming a lot more when I can get my camera situation figured out, although this webcam right now doesn't look too bad. I kind of didn't like it at first, but now I'm like, it's really not that bad, but we'll see. So I will start live streaming on Twitch more. We had a few live streams like a week or so ago. Those were really fun. I was doing like Weird Girl Wednesdays, which was like Ash Nico, Rico, and like a bunch of indie artists. I also want to start doing movie reactions. But yeah, if you are watching the replay, just feel free to comment anything that was helpful tonight. Also, any feedback, and if you want to give me feedback on a personal DM, you can do Patreon or you can find me on Instagram. But yeah, let's take one last inhale together, my baby birds. Okay. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. Thank you so much for showing up for me and for showing up for yourself. I am so grateful and thank you. Let's see. I think we covered everything. If you do your little fire ritual, let me know if you end up doing the fire ritual or just placing the note underneath your candle. Or also, don't forget to give your crystals a moon bath. I love doing that. You could put them on like a baking sheet and just put them outside where the moonlight will touch it. Or you could put any quartz, which is water resistance. You don't want to put every crystal in water, but you can put quartz crystals only in a jar of water and also put that outside and let that soak up that moon energy and drink that throughout the week. But okay, thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to like and leave all of those comments, and you can make them separate comments if you want, okay? And follow, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, all the things. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful night and beautiful full moon, and I will see you in my other videos or next month for our next full moon video. Thank you again so much. Okay, good night. Hi, LJ. One last little kitty. Look at the kitty cat. 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 Look at the kitty cat always purring. Yeah, so sweet. Okay, good night.